M0FXB Yaesu FTX-1 field model that is now available in the USA. Now, if you're in Europe, I recommend you wait for the Europe model, but because a very large percentage of my Yaesu viewers have asked me to do tutorials on the FTX-1, here it is, okay? But the permanent one that I have purchased is actually the Europe model that has 4 meters, 70 megahertz, and has all the, everything that you would need in that model. So let's just get on with it. Let's get this one out of the box, and let's learn how to drive this beautiful, and it is a beautiful device. I had it out in the garden yesterday, but I just thought I'd do an unboxing in my shack. So as soon as you open it, it's a very nice box, as you can see. You get the Yaesu manuals. Let's pop them out. Looks like we've got a map there. And of course, keep all your packaging and boxing. You'll be glad in the future. We've got the Yaesu sticker, battery or safety information, which I think is required now when you post batteries. Yaesu manual. Oh, not too thick. I have been reading the manual because it's such a vast radio. And to all the people that are saying this radio is full of bugs, do not listen to them. The people that say it's not complete, do not listen to them. It's a brand new radio just released to the world. There's going to be some bugs. I mean, look at the firmware. The firmware that is required to drive this radio software is, it's literally genius. I feel like AI helped them, design it. It's got thousands and thousands of functions. 99.9% of them are fine. So then a few people will find bugs on any newly released radio, and the manufacturer will then respond accordingly. It's not a reason to start saying that, because I've had so many people message me saying, oh, it's got bugs, it's full of bugs, it's not finished, and lots of is it memes, people taking the mickey out of it, and no, it's a load of rubbish. Yes, there are bugs, but they're not even, in my opinion, they're not worth making a big heading about. They are worth pointing out, as that's definitely fine. Point out the bugs, but don't point them out and then give the impression that the radio's got problems, because it hasn't. So there's your battery, SBR52Li, 6000 milliamp hour. I believe it lasts for 8 hours. Pretty good. I will look up how long it takes to charge. I left mine overnight, and you have an LED here. And if you just pull this off, USB-C charging, and I left it overnight and it's fully charged. Okay, just to get a bit closer. It's quite hard to focus on this thing. And you can see that it just clips in. It just goes clip, and we'll show you that. So let's put that down a minute. In the back here, just be careful you don't rip this. So I've nearly ripped it a few times now. Let me see if I can get this up without ripping it a second. Just sort of go gentle with it, and then it'll fall down backwards. Then you have another compartment just here at the back. Just lifts up, and that reveals the microphone. But I want to make sure you can see that coming out there. So it reveals in that little hole there. Let me show you. Just at the back here, it reveals the microphone and the DC cable. Trying to show this. A microphone holder, and then that black thing that I still haven't worked out, and some fuses there. And where the radio goes, I've noticed that you can actually lift, if you want to, you can actually lift this whole compartment out if you wanted to, or you can do what I'm about to do now, like so. Now, don't think you can get it from America and buy it cheaper, because you can't. You have to pay tax, blah blah blah. It's not cheaper. Wherever you are in your country, wait for your local seller to to get one, basically, to get them. And I think it's all going to start happening quite soon. Sorry about this. So we'll get it out, got hold of it there. It's quite heavy. I'm going to move the box a minute. Just put everything on the table, like so. Get the radio out. And the width of it, I mean, don't look at what the photo shows on the actual box, because the box photo is actually tiny compared to the real radio. Let me see if I can show you that. So, box photo. Oh, you can't really tell, but the radio is as wide as the box. The photograph is not, but you get it. Not that that's important. So it's the standard sort of microphone that you get on a HF radio when you buy something like the Yaesu FTX-1. And it's nearly as wide as the 710. If you just look here, you'll see an extra button is missing. That's how wide it is. It is it's a chunky device, of course. And we're going to look closer anyway. I'm just showing it here next to my 710. Quickly show you the 705. It's actually about the same size and weight, but obviously a different design. The screen size looks the same to me. And don't get me wrong, I love the 705, but the big appeal to me is the dual receive. I don't think there's anything like it where you can dual receive HF on one half and then VHF, UHF on the other. Not in a mobile set, and of course this is a removable set. You can buy the Optima, the SPA1, and it clips into the back, and you're up to 100 watts, and I think 50 on VHF, UHF. But in its state now, it's basically 10 watts with a DC power cable. Let me show you that. There's your cable, and I've had it out of the package, and I put a little red tab on there just to make sure we get it right. But basically, with where the white lines are, that is your positive. If you look here, look. It's got white lines there. So just, there is circuit protection, but, you know, rather get it right. And then black is black, of course, negative. So that'll give you the 10 watts when you plug that in. So let's just get the battery on there, fire it up, and then we'll take the front cover off. So there's your rear, and it just sort of lean forward and back as you just saw there. On the right here, you've got these grommets that I'm surprised they didn't sort of design them all in one, but it looks like they're in two then one. And I'm pretty sure you need these connections here for the Optima. But anyway, DC, and then it says linear and extension speaker. Then you've got HF6, 2 meters and 70. On the back of the Optima, you actually end up with SO239s, and you actually have 2 HF. So how they've done that's very clever. Built-in sort of, I don't know, duplexer, ground there, and then you've got this modular rear. There is a stand there, you know, for, you know, like camera mount type things. On the actual battery, which I think only takes a few hours to charge. So we're going to put it on there. We don't need it. We can just plug straight into there. I mean, you know that the battery's got USB-C charging, but for this demo, let's just do it. So it just pushes in. You've got this latch here. Looks like it pulls up, and then get the words Yaesu the right way around and just push it in there. That's it's a big battery. I don't think you're ever going to think the battery's not very good. 6,000 milliamp battery. And remember, they've designed it so you take the battery off and you clip on the antenna tuner, and then I think the battery goes onto the tuner, and you know it becomes quite a chunky brick. And then of course the Optima that we just mentioned. So let's just turn it on for the first time. Just remember the microphone. Actually, before we turn it on, let's have a look at the rubbers on the side. The microphone goes just here. I noticed that it's really stiff, that rubber. Really stiff. Very hard to get it in there. But anyway. So on the side, the top one. Looks like a 3.5 jack for headphones. Kia. 2.5 jack for GPS. And you can buy that module for about £40. USB interface. That doesn't charge the battery, but it does connect you to things like FT8, WSJTX, all that kind of stuff. It basically gives you some COM ports on your PC, and then the microphone there, and it's the larger one, the 8-pin one that you get on your HF radio. And the microphone, as far as I can see, is identical to what I've got on my 710. Programmable buttons, very nice quality, of course. Now, if we just turn this around slightly, and you've got, and we'll be using this soon anyway, sub-dial AF RF squelch, and you've got that at both ends. Sub-dial is selecting you between A and B, and then you've got the top buttons there, which we'll be using. Group mode X, of course you've got C4FM, SDX, PMG, which I haven't seen working yet, mag and your bands, your modes, all there, press and hold, short and long, press split mode, VFO, memory mode, and memory to VFO. We'll be definitely doing tutorials on adding memory channels, that's a definite. Especially for your local repeaters, 6-meter repeaters, things like that. The knobs, I think, slightly smaller than the 710 myself. Clarifier, quick memory back, which is very handy, fine and fast tune, and then complete independent control here for the RF gain, the squelch, and the volume. And but the VFO, the larger VFO, controls this half of the radio. Notice that if you miniaturize this, it would actually remind you a bit of the FTM-500, that sort of design. Anyway, on this side just here, we've got, I have got the Bluetooth unit here. This just unclips, and the Bluetooth unit, it's sold as the BU6, but the only difference is, if I can get out of the box here, so this kind of box you get it in. And I've got this from my other set, FTM-150, I think. It's tiny, and let's see if I can show you there. Get this thing to zoom. It's quite hard to zoom on things that are close up. But see that little connector there? Just clips on. And it's going to work with your SSM BT10, Bluetooth BT20, Yaesu do them, they're not expensive. I've got one here fully charged and ready. That clips in there. They give you, the reason it's the BU6 is because you get the cover to put back on that's bigger. So that's that'll be going on later. Let's get an antenna on there. We'll just get my HF antenna on there a minute. Just for the BNC. Now remember, if you've got the Optima, you don't need the BNC. We're just going to put that there. Now you can connect a second antenna there, because I've done it already, but it's very tight. It's very close. I think it would have been nicer if it was a bit further apart. Right, battery's on. Let's turn it on for the first time. You're going to press and hold. Catch the volume here. Let's turn that down. We'll do take off the screen protector. Makes a big difference visually. See if I can get it out of the glare. So what's your first impression is that this thing is a beaut, yeah? I mean, the 710, the DX10, FT101, FTDX101, they're beautiful designs. You're never going to get away from that. Whether you're a fan of ICOM or not, they are beautiful. And so, let's see if we can just find something. We're on multi-receive here. Let's turn it down a bit. And remember, we got just by tapping, see that? We've already set that already. I can't remember how to adjust it now. See that? Press. If I press and hold, will it go default? It does, yeah, that's good then. Let's go back. And it looks like DNR's on. Turn that off. Press and hold. DNR. Oh, it's off. Okay. Well, I'm doing something wrong because it's still showing it on screen anyway. Okay, I decided to factory reset it because I was tinkering with it yesterday. Press and hold. Function. Go forward. So you've got, I think it's 3 pages. It says page 1 here, forward. And you can turn the function knob as well. That's your CW settings. And the big one here, extension. And then look, reset. Hit that and it resets. Just going back now. There's a back button here. So let's tune up You can tap here and get larger increments. Not a lot going on this morning, is there? What a shame. It's typical, isn't it? That's my G5RV, that is. It'll come to life later, it always does. I've never known a whole day where it's always quiet. So let's just see if I can dim it slightly. It's glaring a bit on me. So we're gonna go press and hold the function. It's not one press, it's press and hold. And then you get, that's the first menu, dimmer, and then whatever you hit dimmer puts it on the function, and then you can just dim it just to get that glare away. Back out. So let's just start to tinker. So it says subdial here, so it goes from the left to the right, and you've also got here sub for the scope. Says main and then scope. When it says main and we move it to the right here, we're changing the frequency. Push it to the left, turn this for the frequency, and look, it's controlling the dimmer because that was the last item that we selected. Press and hold. Anything we select on here is going to be put, and it will say it there. It says dimmer at the moment. I actually like to use D-level quite a lot, so I'm going to go like that and go back. And let's go to the sub scope, which is on HF at the moment, and we're going to come out of 3DS, and we're going to go into, I know it's like swearing, but we're going to go into, for Yaesu, but we're going to go into icon mode. As I turn the D-level, see that? It starts to look a bit more presentable. Look at that. Cool. It's bad this morning. Signal meter, RF gain. Where have we got that? If we press, that's full on. See, it goes yellow here. Press again. Volume. And I think if you're on this side and you press that, you get squelch because we're on 2 meters. And press again. Volume. Let's get to the band. On top, you've got a button that's labelled mag and band. Okay, so we're going to press and hold it. That's mag grouping. And we're going to choose 70 sems. Let's see if we can just see if we get my, sorry, tap it. You can tell that I'm not used to it. That's HubNet. We should be able to pick that up. FM, you can tap the screen. Now, why is it saying mode? Ah, there you are. FM. I'm not sure why it said the word mode check. Someone did ask me if it has 220 megs. I don't think it does, but let's try it. So we'll just tap here. Going down. It goes from 174 to 400, and then 400 goes to, it is up into the sort of GMRS frequencies, isn't it? And in the UK, 446 would be PMR. I'm not going to test transmit. And then it goes back around. So 470 looks like the highest one it will go to. And you can change the colours of these, by the way. You don't have to have light blue. Correct me if I'm wrong on that, but I'm pretty sure you can. Let's turn this down. On the right here, you've got the word display. Okay, it says display here. Let's just press it. And you start to get your band stacking sort of feature, let's call it. No, actually, that's not the wrong word. Anyway, it's a display feature. So on the top there, you can see we've got 40 meters. On the B band, we've got my HubNet node. Still, we still have full control. If I tap the filter, sorry, it's all there. Or we can just press. Pretty sure we can press one of the other buttons for that as well. Well, I've just opened it, so we'll learn that one. And let's press the display again. Single, side by side, and when you do that, you get this option to change. and then it just goes round in a circle. Sub, and then we can choose 3DS, and you can choose the colors in functions if you hold down the functions. And you've got the, where is it, color. I tend to choose that one. Let's do that again. And this one, I think. And then we go back to icon style. I mean, it's both, they're both really good. It's a preference, really. You're also learning how to use it. You've got this cursor fixed. Let's do fixed. See that? Center. So it's, I think it just keeps the frequency in the center. There's no arrow. See it? Let's turn the, if we just hold down the function again and just put D level back, go back like that, and now we can watch the scope. It should be able to go the other way. That's better. You can bring it in a bit to how you like it. Multi oscilloscope. I wonder if you can make that go up or not. You can see that the frequencies are changing just by tapping the screen. I'm so surprised there's no activity. Just got that. There's that FT8. Yeah, very weak FT8. On the A band, I'm just going to put it on, see if I can get my call sign in there. I don't actually know if they've if this does C4 FM yet. It probably does, I'm sure, but anyway. So what you do, press and hold the function, go to display, and then you want to find my call sign. So if you look here, my call, and then we'll delete. Now I'm hoping this is, I'll go forward first. I'm hoping this is where you do it for C4 FM. M0 FXB. Enter. Go back. And back again. I'm going to turn it on and off just see if it shows up. You know, the boot up time of this is a lot quicker than you watch there, than the 710, I think. Anyway, I think it's quicker. We go sub. Let's see if we've got any HF. D level. Let's turn that up. Ah, we have some activity. It's a front-facing speaker underneath. Someone there. Now we're on dual receive now.
Across the band here as well. A few stations from France and Germany.
That's sounding good.
But that's about it really. And got a frying noise.
So if you want, that's Mazzy bashing my stand. Mazzy. So main.
Maybe you can't hold it too long.
Sub. Let's try the display.
So anyway, back to you, G3 PJT.
If we change this, look. And we can change here. It's all working fine. By default, it looks like the amp is on. There you go. You hear that? That's my HubNet node in this room. Now, if we wanted to set that up, we'd have to go into settings, move right over until, let's find it. we need to get onto the... So when you're in HF, you get one selection of settings. But if we just go like so, go to the sub and now highlight the sub and now hold function. We're going to go forward and you're going to start seeing the settings that you need. Yeah, tone, frequency. What are we changing it with? There you are, which is 77. Squelch type. Encode, which is fine. Channel steps there as well if you want it. But we don't need that anyway. Back. So this is one of the unique things, is that, you know, you can be listening to HF. You got to think the work that it would have taken to produce a compact item like this, the software, just building it. I mean, it's literally wow. To then have it all controlled with a very beautiful screen like this. And so, you know, to me, I mean, I'm sure bugs are going to emerge, but to me, it's 99.9% working. So my hotspot, my C4FM hotspot, it just turned on there. I'm just curious. So my hotspot is on 438.525.8525. It does need to boot up. We need to check the mode. On top, you've got here, it says mode narrow. So we're going to press and hold and go C4FM. I'm not going to do any transmitting today. So we've got C4M selected. I mean, you're not going to receive much on there. Let's see if it does do that. And we'll go back to the sub for now. Can we just tap to go on this side? No. So we just push that. No, it's gone a bit flat again. It's a shame, isn't it? So, okay, so I just did transmit on my node, 438.525. And we're on C4FM, TXRX on this side. And it did actually activate my hotspot. So watch this. M0, FXP calling for a contact, Mike 0, Fox X-Ray Bravo. So it's definitely opening it. Let's see if we can get somewhere where there's some activity and actually just listen to it. And don't forget, at the same time, we can go sub and we can listen to some activity. Cool, look at that. Let's just press and hold. Go back to D level. Go back. Let's go to the sub and you just bring that down a bit. Yeah, it'll pick up later. Yeah, I'll do some video. While we're waiting for activity, let's quickly switch to FM. So the mode, if you press and hold the NW button on top, go to FM and back to this side. Okay, now we put that on FM. Press and hold again. FM. Of course, you got AM. We'll test airband. Right. FM. I just want to know if PMG works. I'm going to hold down PMG. Yeah, we've put one in there. Cool. How big that is. Let's try a different frequency a minute. So we'll just go press PMG short. Put in just quickly select my repeater. I just find this quicker this way. 145. 600. That's GB3WR. I'm not going to put in all the settings now. I'm just going to put it into PMG. Press and hold PMG. That's 2 in there. There's another one. We've got 2 in there. Let's go back. And we have connected the antenna to the second BNC at the back. 750. That's GB3 Bravo Charlie. We'll press and hold PMG. And another one I know of is, I think we can just press the PMG button instead of going back, can't we? Tap here, 430925. Oh, someone there. But anyway, 925, that's GB3FI. Normally busy, to be honest. Press and hold. So we've got 4 in there. So we know that if there's activity, so if we just press back and then just press it, and I'm pretty sure you can delete them as well by doing a very similar process. So that's PMG mode. Looks like that does work, and it'll bounce up and down. I'm sure there's deeper settings that you can do with PMG. I'm not going to do that now. Let's get an airband one in there, see if we can pick up some airband. So we're going to go back and go here and tap here. 133. Normally get something on 850. Squelch it down. Sorry about that. Just be patient because just squelch it up a bit. You can see there's something there already, but I'm just going to wait for those nice strong ones that I get. Fingers crossed, from Bristol Airport and the tower, aeroplanes flying over. And then it hasn't automatically selected AM. So press and hold.
7468 Alpha, you're good to Barcelona, X4 1 X-ray departure, score 0524.
There you go.
Barcelona, X4 1 X-ray departure, the score 0524. Question 468 Alpha, correct stop time is 10:03. Copy that very much, we'll call you the ready to show. Roger.
We have airband.
Runway 560 X-ray taxi on point Alpha X-ray, runway 27 QNH 1026. QNH 1026 taxi Alpha X-ray, runway 27
Not seeing the trail, that's all, from the signal. But otherwise, it's receiving fine. We can have closer looks at that. Sorry about the blurriness. It's receiving fine, and we'll have some more closer looks at that in future videos. It actually says we can do a screenshot if we hold down the SDX. Let's test the SDX. Turned it on. I don't know if it works in AM airband, but it's on. If we press and hold it and there's an SD card in, it actually gives you a screenshot. So I need to just for reference, that's that one there. I haven't got an SD card in that. I want to do a dedicated video on the SD card because of course you use that for backing up and for firmware. And when I say screenshot, I mean screen capture. So DTMF, we go back to, press this, my node. Oh, fine tune at the moment. Did I press fine tune? I don't remember pressing fine tune. Nope. Tap screen. No, so you can tap the item. So 550. Why is it taking so long this time? There's a signal there, so I'm not sure why I didn't see the other one. But anyway, on the airband, that's all. So I'm doing this the long way, aren't I? Yeah, there's our node, press and hold mode.
The other day, just to run by you, the Slim Jim, of course, it's a proven antenna over the years, homebrew, and they work really, really well. And
That's
also,
a bit better, looks pretty. So hit the span, and then you got all these selections. I've selected 10. It's probably what I needed to do with the airband. Yeah, looking great on UHF. And don't forget, if we go sub, let's get the volume and get the right band.
together with some tape and written on it 4-metre dipole. So,
and if we were getting a decent signal, we could listen to HF as well. You can tap the signal meters and decide what you want to, do. So SWR there, look. Out ALC, that's good. What's that one there? ID. Not sure. Anyway, SWR and even temperature. VDD. Oh, what is that, voltage? It is, I think. I wonder if there's a thing where we can just select everything.
What coax are you running?
ID.
And also, what's the VSWR like, over?
Pretty good.
So, DTMF is on this page, where you've got the thing. So you go forward, and then look, DTMF, then you'll go star 3 4 1 5 2 2. Oops, one too many.
So you've got a good VSWR. So the antenna.
How do we get it in there?
To where you want to go then. It might be the coax of the.
Pretty sure we type it and then we hit function.
The antenna's got any dB gain.
Is it going to go in there?
Could make up for the loss on the coax. But,
you can see how you get it in there, and your memories. I don't really know. I'm looking at the manual. It says, so when with this screen isn't showing, where it says 1, there's an enter. Should be at the bottom here, so I'm not sure what I'm doing wrong, but there should be, according to the manual, on DTMF, an enter here. Why won't that let me go in? I'm sure I'm doing something really dumb.
And also holds the white stick up that I'm using at the moment to talk to you on this. So maybe there are
okay, well, that will be how you do your DTMF. On top it says VFO memory here. So we're just going to go into memory. Like so, just, is there any memories in there? Oh, there's loads. There's all the weather ones that are already preset, and obviously in the UK we don't use that. 5 megs. So that's memory. Now if you want to write into the memory, go to VFO, and it looks like you just hold it down the VM. Go to where you want the memory to go, I believe. Oh, there you go. Function knob here. Remember, I'm sort of learning as well. There's nothing in there at the moment, and then just I think I am going to have to read the manual on that, but anyway, I'm going to, oh, there it is. I held down the VM again, it's in there. There you go, back out, go to VM, and it's there on number 2. Okay, yeah, that's memory mode. Wide and narrow, you can see it changing there with the top button. Mag grouping, I've not done that. So there's all your bands, different grouping. We did PMD, we did STX. Group mode, when we're in YSX. Now, I'll try it, but let's get to the right band. We were there, weren't we? And then we'll 438. 525, and we're going to go the long way again. C4FM 525, then we're going to go C4FM. So mode, hold down. Really, this is an unboxing. I'm just sat here tinkering. C4FM, let's hit the group button, and ooh, it's now transmitting, but that's definitely the wrong frequency. So let's go back. Let's go back to the right display. A band, C4FM. Now, isn't that funny how it was doing group in HF? So now we're in. That's taken me to 7.165 again. C4FM. Let's go back. Why did it do that? Right, that's better. Ah, that's strange. It's taken me into it's taking me out of the band that I'm on when I hit group mode, so maybe I need to just learn more. Okay, fair enough. Let's go back to where we were. Let's press and hold the X, see what happens. It's possible that group mode that you have to be on the main band. Let's try that. So how do we switch? We're gonna have to go like so. Remember, in VHF, UHF, you can have two frequencies. You don't have to just have one. Like you do with HF, you can only have one. So let's just go to the band, press mode, C4 FM, blah blah blah. Look, it even does C4 FM and HF, right? Anyway, so band. Okay, 438, 525. That's my hotspot. Okay, sorry about the glare in here. Right, so C4 FM, press and hold. That's it. Now, let's try the X button. No. Ah, the group mode is working, and you can see it's triggered my hotspot, so that's good. And if other people started transmitting, it would appear on screen here. Yes, you can set your Digi ID as well, but you can see it's automatically just pulsing now. And it's in this window. Normally you could send messages, so there's a message there, back, and photographs in this kind of window configuration. Okay, something else to try out in the future. We're just briefly going over things here. Go back to dual display, and if I put on this side, we're going to put in on 145 600 FM. Turn it up and go to 600. Let's just see. Oh, there's someone there.
Yes, okay, John. I've been calling you for quite a while.
Oh, that's good.
On what frequency was it? 425, I think it was. Yeah, 425. But I think we changed up to this one, didn't we?
Okay. Let's see if we get dual receive. There you are. We're now on dual receive. 70 sems. Looks fantastic, but he's a weak signal. Let's try the SDX. Not seeing a big difference there. Let's put him into PNG.
And I'd already got the car.
Oh, look at that. PMG's working.
Various lots of recycling.
Let's just come out a minute. I'm going to put him in PMG. It's working. It's actually dual receiving. I like that. A bit annoying. The weak station's a bit annoying to listen to. It's like a race.